Welcome back to the world of English Weiss Schwarz, where today I get to talk about a super fun topic that I've been talking about for over 3 years. This was on Weiss Schwarz Facebook Global. I mentioned this recently in part of the Bushiroad survey. So, what do you think about the English releases lagging behind JP releases by anywhere from 6 months to multiple years? Would you prefer that set to be released in both languages at the same time, like in other TCGs? Why or why not? And as you can see, you got three choices. This is what people chose. 31 prefer JP to release first, or the status quo. 137 prefer English and JP release at the same time, and 29 have no opinion either way. Now, this was attempted last time on Tokyo Revengers. As you can see, there was a trial deck. There was a booster box, and it went on sale on July 29, 2022. However, the real plan with that was it was supposed to be released on May 13th with the Japan version. However, we are regrettably unable to do this time around, but we will work to improve our production process and aim for simultaneous releases again for future products. The problem with Tokyo Revengers was there was a time where products were being delayed because of the pandemic, but then also with Tokyo Revengers, there was some artwork that needed to be changed because if it went out that way, some people wouldn't be able to handle what they saw on the card. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should just go back and take a look at some Tokyo Revenger videos that I have made myself. Now, I know they attempted to do that and they said maybe we're going to do this in the future. We're going to improve our process. Has that happened ever since then? No, it has not taken place. They have not tried it again. And there are probably a lot of issues with it. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the problem here is, as you can see, this is Lycoris Recoil. Lycoris Recoil, if you have not seen an awesome anime, I totally love this show. You can see it's a 8.19 on my anime list. There it's ranked 357, popularity 477, members 449,000 or 450,000. But you can see here the air date. The air date is July 2nd, 2022 through September 24th, 2022. That was a long time ago, actually. If you think back about how long ago, some people can't even remember what they ate last week. Now, if you're thinking about that, Japan Weiss Schwarz released June 2nd, 2023. Oh, English though, we get it on March 22nd, 24. Just take a look down here below at the air date again. That's a long time to actually be waiting for product. And when you think about that, the hype is died down. There's going to be people that pick up the Japanese version, and when they see it in English, about 9 months later, are they as excited for it as they were when the Japanese came out? Were they excited for the Japanese as they had it with the anime? Were you experiencing that level of excitement? And the answer is no, you're not going to experience that, especially again if you picked up the Japanese one. I guess you could be excited to pay double the money to get the same looking cards with English text on them. It's not happening. That isn't as fun. And other people tell me that other TCGs do this, right? Where the Japanese will come out before the English. But again, think about this. Like I'm showing you Pokemon Vivid Voltage, and when you think about Pokemon, Pokemon is its one IP only. It's the same IP over and over again. Some people can wait. Some people would rather actually have both. Some people don't want to spend the money to get this thing twice. Now, what is different about Weiss Schwarz? Let's just think back here again. When we think about Weiss Schwarz, it is individual IPs every time. And the sooner you can pump it out, the sooner people will actually pay for it, remember the love that they have for it. I'm not saying that anime isn't timeless, but we all know passion dies out over time. Just ask the people that are looking forward to Oshinoko that said they're going to buy it twice. We'll see what that seems like when the economy hits next year and if Oshinoko actually comes out for English, how that actually is going to work out. So as you can see, I just talked about Oshinoko. That's coming out on December 8th, 2023 for the Japanese side. On the Japanese side as well, you're going to see Quintessential Quintuplets, which is coming out in March of 2024 for a premium booster box. Now, there was someone that was saying it would be nice to know, right? If you're not going to put them at the same time, let me know if it's coming out for English, because most people like myself are going to be holding back when it comes to the release of Quintessential Quintuplets, because more than likely that should come out to English. Oshinoko, for being as popular it is, more than likely should be coming out to English. But in life, there is no guarantee, because what happened with this set, right? JoJo Premium Booster Box. Anybody that thought that was coming out to English at this point was very sad. Anybody who thought they could buy it on the Japanese side was very sad, because it was only for Japan only. You did have to go through other people to actually pick this up. Now, you could say, if they were to actually simultaneously release these products at the same time, it's going to hurt their sales. We know that Japanese Weiss Schwarz is bought by people on the English side. Yes, this will hurt sales, but at the same time, if you put it out there, you're going to have a lot more happier customers. You don't have people double spending money on the actual same set and live with a bitter taste in their mouth. Also, by the way, you probably would sell more product of JoJo had you told people that it was just basically locked inside of Japan, right? Because it caught a lot of people off guard and they weren't able to actually purchase it. So they could have made more product in that way. Now, you're going to tell me about erratas, you're right? Like, they're going to make mistakes if we do a simultaneous release that happens today. I already hit this topic 2 years ago. I'm way ahead of all of you. I showed you in this video, which only 62 people watched. And the reason why I don't care about that was I wrote this on the description. This video goes over my process to catalog cards and text. The video isn't for everyone, as it is pretty process oriented. I come from a corporate world background where we have to push stuff out into real life on a daily basis. This means we have to do quick fixes and get it out the door. We have to test all that stuff. It's pretty intense. So I had some actual ways they can go about fixing that. This was a video more for Bushiroad and not for everybody else. But I will say, when it comes to that video, you're not going to be translating from scratch. We're going to reduce the release schedule. You're going to hire more people. Or if you can't do all that, you use AI, right? I saw where AI is being used to translate manga. It's be translating anime. And it's not the best solution, I know, because that article also said about how the words don't fit very properly on the screen from AI, but you could use all of that to actually help you get through this. So errata should be a less of a problem. All right, people are talking about ban lists, and I think when it comes to the ban list, I don't really like to talk about it just because I am not a player, not by choice, but I'm not a player. I would say this: there's different sets in the different formats, so I think it has to be done on a case-to-case basis. People are saying about it needs to happen at the same time. Yeah, if it warranted, then yeah, ban them at the same time. But again, it's purely based on, I think, how the meta is going in each of the different formats. Lastly, I'm going to say this. People are going to tell me that there is no way they can simultaneously put this all out and be done with actual quality. I will say this. We put a man on the moon, and if you don't think we could put out English and Japanese cards at the same time for the same set, that is unfreaking believable. You just need to put enough resources behind it. You need to have a practical release schedule. You can't just shove out sets. And if you do all that, you should be able to have a simultaneous release. Or lastly, you just spend money and have more people. But you know what? There's ways to go about doing this. Again, if you put a man on the moon, we can easily put out cards with the same art and different size text boxes and languages. It can't be all that hard. Anyways, if you need me, here's where you can find me. All of my contact information is in the description or on the screen. But as always, have fun, be happy, don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.